Beyond Synth 410.
5, 4.
I'm going to count to
3, 2, 1.
Our top story tonight, Mike Mendoza is back and has lots of music to listen to.
Somebody call a medic! Give it a gas! This town needs an enema.
It's Mike and Andy's Radio Fiasco.
All right, well, look, it's time for the Radio Fiasco. You know the drill, you know the bill. I'm Andy, and I am here with Mike Mendoza. He manages it. Well, he does lots of things. He manages
I know the drill, so I know the bit. What did you say?
I don't know. Don't worry about it.
Hey, life, go back 10 seconds.
No one's listening to this.
I want people to think about it.
No. If people start thinking about this show, I'm going to lose a lot of money.
Write in the comments, what do you think about the drill bill bit?
Bullet Bill.
Drill bit Taylor with Owen Wilson. Wow.
Wilson Fisk, Kingpin.
Luke Wilson should do a Owen Wilson cameo. Like as Owen Wilson.
Cameo.
This is all we got. All right, I'll see you later, Andy.
Anyway, look, you run an exciting Spotify playlist.
I do.
Tell the people all about it, because we're going to be listening to songs from it, right?
That's right.
Okay.
I do a little bit of science and math, and I'm using ChatGPT to start automating stuff for me, because last time we talked, I was like, I don't know, I don't have enough time, and then like life really hit me hard in the last couple months, and I just kind of stopped being online and stuff.
Good.
It feels fine. It's funny that like you keep having me on, and I'm less and less online.
You know, we all should be. We all should be.
I'm going to be plugging like an abandoned Twitter.
Well, mine's gone, so.
Did you get rid of it for real?
Yeah.
Oh, man. I wanted to do the thing where you pay for people. You pay like $5 and they'll like add 1,500 people to your account. I want to use one of those sites and just like see what happens.
I mean, at this point, it's, I just want that website to go away.
Which website?
Twitter.
Oh, but it doesn't help you when you tag artists on your show. Do they retweet your thing?
I don't know, because I got rid of my Twitter. Man, you're asking the wrong guy. Anyway, the point is...
point is, I got this GPT. It's called Marketing Research and Competitive Analysis, and I think I want to have some fun with it in this episode. We'll figure out how to win Synthwave.
All right, cool. Well, in the meantime, let's listen to some tunes. So the point is, because your explanation explained nothing, there's a playlist that Mike has. What's the playlist called?
It's called Retro Power Chart.
And the Retro Power Chart has got lightning bolts in it.
I need people to tell me if they like Retro Power Chart or Retro Power Countdown. Like, what do you think sounds better? I feel like I keep saying, hey, check out the Retro Power Countdown, powered by the Retro Power Chart, and have some Retro Power vanilla yogurt. You know, like, I feel like I'm saying it too much. Just like, what's the one catch-all way to say it? Right now, Andy's comments.
Usually there's like 2 comments on like SoundCloud, so hopefully one of those is that and not just like, I fucking hate these guys. Because that uses up
every
the one
week
comment.
It's the same guy.
Yeah.
Me.
So anyway, the point is,
at least you get engagement.
It's this synthwave playlist, right? And the reason why the things are in the playlist is because it's based on actual data.
Yes, I tapped into all the top synthwave playlists on Spotify, and I export all the data, mishmash it together, do some magic, and I come up with a list that is numerically charged and not curated by a human. It's not just my favorite tracks. It's like the top 1 to 2 to 3 all the way down to 40, and sometimes I publish as much as 300. But for this episode with Andy, I do play my favorite tracks on the chart, which is cool. But they're all from the last 8 weeks, so I never bring anything that is old.
Why don't we kick off the show and you play me something?
All right, everybody.
What's happening? Sorry, I wasn't clear. Play me music.
I want everyone to clap your hands for my bass guy. Andy last.
Hello.
All right.
Do bass guys say hello? I've never seen live music.
Hello. This track is by Beckett and Luca Riccardo on guitars. He's like Beckett's secret weapon, and he makes everything sound super amazing. The track is The Dockyard. When it's 1987 and you're playing RoboCop on, what is it, C64 or whatever.
Arcade.
You know, before video games got good.
Is that the lead in? Do I just play the song now?
Yeah, sure.
All right, and that was Beckett with The Dockyard, featuring the funky stylings of
Luca Riccardo.
That's right. And of course, we're here. This is the Radio Fiasco. I'm Andy. That's Mike. You know, you're just talking about your retro power chart and how you sort of feed the data into AI to collate the top hits. And I don't think I told you this. I said it on last week's show that a few weeks ago, we played some AI music on the show, unbeknownst to us.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's not awesome. I made an official... Well,
what'd you have to do, like make a retraction?
Well, no, I sort of made my point clear here, which is like, I use AI tools in like, you know, Photoshop and stuff like that. And I think AI music is fun for like little silly jingles and stuff because you can come up with stuff really fast.
Yeah.
But the official stance of this show is I don't want to be playing AI music like that. There's no purpose to that, right? Because I'm not like helping anybody out or exposing anybody's music.
So how did you find out it was AI?
Okay, so I don't want to fucking blow up this person's spot because I'm not 100% sure.
But it was fucking Phaserland.
Okay, so here's what it was. So we played a new artist that we hadn't played on the show before, and I spoke to them on SoundCloud, you know, said, hey, do you mind if I play your music like I do with, you know, everyone? And they're like, oh, sure. And then they told me this kind of personal story, and you know, I talked to them for a bit, and then I played the song, and that was that. And so I didn't actually totally examine their profile. I just played this one song.
Yeah, I mean, like, who is going to do all that for every single track on your show? You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's tough, right? Especially when, like, if it's not a song that I personally found, then it's sort of like, okay, you know, just whatever.
Yeah, it's basically like, you know, I went and got the song so I can put it into the MP3 and I like it or not. I'm going to move on. You know,
Yes,
like, you're not just sitting there just figuring shit out.
Yeah. So it seemed fine to me. And then one of my listeners messaged and says, hey man, I think this dude's AI music. And I'm like, okay. And then I went to their account and it was sort of clear to me that, okay, besides the artwork all being AI generated, which again, a lot of people do, so that's not, like I'm getting used to that where everyone's artwork looks the same because it's all AI. But then all the songs had different featuring artists that didn't exist.
Oh, it did. You did that whole. Yeah. I've read many articles about this phenomenon.
Yeah, the featuring so-and-so.
Rings and rings of artists that are basically getting plays because they're getting they're putting remix and like featured.
Yes.
On tracks, and then so you go to each track and or each artist, and the one track will have like 136,000 plays but no other information.
Well, in this case there really aren't that many plays. And so it was like, like a track would be like, featuring fucking Stephanie Magoo, and I would go, okay, type in Stephanie Magoo, no account comes up, no reference of Stephanie Magoo on, Bandcamp or SoundCloud or Spotify. Okay. And I just started doing that with all the featurings, and none of the people exist. Again, I don't want to get too personal because the person did tell me a personal story that upon reflection, I feel like doesn't make sense with when I asked them if the stuff was AI. They had an answer where I was like, wait a second, that doesn't compute with the story they told me before. And so when I went back to the account, besides it being all AI images, and all these featurings of people that don't exist. Also, the songs were in sort of different genres and were also really well produced, and the person was putting out like a fully produced track like every 4 or 5 days with like another featuring artist who doesn't exist with lyrics where like the band name is in the lyrics. Like, imagine if my band name was, fucking Johnny Magoo, and all the songs were like, and Johnny Magoo came to town. It's like that. It's like an account of that.
One of the ways that artists are getting their songs played and on playlists in this fashion for the AI tracks is typing a real artist name into the remix position, like in the featured. Like they'll be like remixed by Sum 41, or they'll put like Britney Spears, and then like you won't see it on Britney Spears or Sum 41's page immediately, but the initial artist will get a bunch of traffic as if they were actually tied to Britney Spears and Sum 41.
Right. In this case, everything doesn't exist. I talked to Color Theory because he has also a Spotify playlist, and he's been calling out a bunch of people. If you use tools like Udio, this is why people, instead of being those like all anti-AI and always be mad about it, you should actually use the tools and see what they do so you have a better appreciation of stuff. Like, I think a lot of people who complain about ChatGPT just haven't used it, like they don't understand it.
Yeah.
And it's like, dude, use it for like a few minutes and you will understand.
I mean, even I was talking shit about ChatGPT and everyone who was using it. It's kind of like when Google Glass came out. Everyone who gets a Google Glass at the beginning is a fucking asshole.
Yeah.
Like that conversation about ChatGPT. But then it was you who was like, no, do this and do that. And I was opening up the app and I just was blown away by what happened.
So the same thing with the AI music is like, and believe me, I completely understand why people would be upset about it. At the same time, you should at least use it just to hear what it sounds like and what it's capable of. And so Color Theory, he understands those tools. And so he's called up like a bunch of people who have, submitted music to his Spotify playlist. He's like, this is Udio music. And he said a lot of people just cop to it. And they go, yeah, you got me. I'm trying an experiment, whatever.
Oh, brother.
So it's just like another stupid thing that you got to look out for now if you are me.
Maybe I'll talk to him and figure out, like, how can I trick you? The way you describe it, I wouldn't make it public, but I think it'd be really, really funny and fun to try and use Udio or the other one, Songio, whatever the fuck it is.
Well, that's what people are doing. Like, they're doing it now.
Even like 2 years ago, they were putting Drake's AI voice on a fake rap beat that sounded really good. Like both the beat, the production, and the fake Drake.
And now they're putting Drake's penis on
your face. Where are you going with this?
Listen, this is too much AI talk and not enough music listening, so play me some more music.
Not enough music listening. This is Skywarp by the artist Flashback.
And that was Skywarp by Flashback. And we're here on the Radio Fiasco. I'm Andy, that's Mike. I'll wrap up my AI conversation by just saying, it's not my intention to play AI music on this show as artists. So if listeners catch it, let me know. I won't go as far as to remove things, but I'll definitely put artists on lists. Blacklists. So they can't come back. I've had a few things in the past, but only a few, to be fair. In 11 years, one artist who submitted a song that was just another synthwave artist's music slowed down, and for some reason I didn't catch it until after I posted the show and felt like a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
And so that guy went on a goddamn list.
McCarthyism.
That pissed me off, man, because he just took a Droid Bishop song and slowed it down, and then literally Marco and I are like, hey, this sounds like Droid Bishop kind of. This is a pretty cool track, and it fucking just was. And I was like, fuck that guy.
Sounds like you're a censor.
What?
You're a censor and you're a narc.
What? I feel like you don't listen to me.
There are people, the 4 people who listen to this totally know what, there are at least 4 people out there who, know you and know me, and when we do this, the Venn diagram of people is very small, but they know exactly where we're coming from with our genius diatribe.
And the audience is even smaller than that.
All right, well, you stopped talking about AI.
Yes.
So let's do my segment, which is I got an AI GPT that does business analyzations.
Mm-hmm.
I asked it what the top 10 podcasts in the synthwave world are. Do you want to guess what number Beyond Synth is?
I mean,
Just to think carefully, because people can think you're conceited or modest based on your
well,
answer.
the thing is,
I think I'm 5,
Well, okay.
No one will judge you for putting yourself 5 out of 10.
It's just because this show is so weird, and as I continue with it, it gets more and more detached from synthwave that I don't know where it would be on that list. I'm not even being funny. It's I do shows with Look Cassette now where we don't even play music. And they don't even make music. It's what does this have to do with synthwave? They put out an album fucking 14 years ago, and then we just have a dumbass chat, and there's no music and anything. It's just what is this?
You dove in even deeper with me, who does even less than they do online.
Well, hey, but
you're let's serialize our show.
But look, man, you're running a fucking thing.
It's sure, I do run a thing. Listen, Beyond Synth number 1.
Good. That's where it belongs.
That's what you wanted. That's what you wanted it to be.
Well, of course I did.
One of the longest running and most well-known podcasts in the synthwave scene, hosted by Andy Last.
Noted homosexual.
With J.K. Rowling, Notorious Turf.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Notorious Turf, Andy Last.
It features interviews with prominent artists and discussions about synthwave culture. And then there's a link to your Apple Podcasts.
Nice. What's number 2?
The State of Synth, a live radio show on Nightride FM that mixes music, news, and interviews with synthwave artists. Known for its lively atmosphere and humorous content, it's a go-to for new music and artist insights.
Well, that makes sense.
Number 3 is Synthwave Top 10 by Brian Hazard of Color Theory.
I don't think he does that anymore.
August 28th, August 20th, August 14th. He's still doing it.
I don't think he does that anymore.
Jesus Christ.
Hey, play me another song.
No.
We'll talk more about your list afterwards.
All right. It's not my list. This is actually the AI figuring it out. Synth Zone is on here by Razor Garcia.
I see him on Instagram posting videos of himself playing video games.
He finds these cool little animations that are using sprites and models that are PS1 era and Sega Saturn era, and I just love it, and I want to get into it. I went down the rabbit hole, and I found a website that was get these assets. Some are free, some are paid, and you can get a whole bunch of just PlayStation looking models and assets without having to make them.
I'm picturing right now the 3D model of headphones vibrating as cool music plays through them. Will you fill those headphones with sound?
All right, I'm going to give you a song to make the energy go up. This is Dance with the Dead, the track Cold as Hell, featuring Shaun Phillips. Cold as hell, daddy-o.
All right. And that was Cold as Hell by Dance with the Dead featuring Shaun Phillips. And I'm here with Mike.
What can I ask about the synthwave scene?
Who's dating who?
I don't know. Andy Last wants to know.
Don't bring me into this.
How do we make synthwave more famous and mainstream?
Kill yourself.
I'm asking for Andy.
Oh, okay. While it comes up with an answer, there was a birthday I missed because he didn't tell it to me until it was too late. Neverman, happy birthday. Neverman had a birthday in August, and the fucking guy told me, because he is also an awesome patron of the show as well as being a very talented synthwave artist. I think I posted an episode like August 18th or something, and of course it was like edited days earlier, and then he messages me, he's like, my birthday's on the 19th. I'm like, is it? So it was too late because I already fucking recorded all the August birthdays. So listen, a very happy belated birthday to Neverman, August 19th, baby. Keep on being cool. And we got a new patron, Killstar, who's been a guest on the show several times.
With 2 R's?
With 2 R's, that is correct. You know the guy.
Yeah, we hung out. I ran an 80s music series at the fucking pizza and beer place that I worked at, and he would come.
No, he wouldn't.
And we would jam. He brought a boombox one time.
No.
No?
No, Killstar is Australian.
What?
You hung out with a different guy.
No! Wait.
Unless there's another. Is there 2 Killstars?
Maybe there are.
Killstar with 2 R's is the Australian one.
Well. I feel like maybe Killstar was on like one of the compilations I did.
That's probably true.
Maybe that's right. Who's the guy? Maybe it was Star Kill.
Star Killer?
This is not great radio. What do we need to do? What was I doing? Oh, this is how we become famous, Andy.
Okay.
Collaboration with mainstream artists.
Easy. Next.
Easy. Incorporating synthwave into popular media. Shows like Stranger Things and Drive already brought synthwave to mainstream attention, but we need more. Video games. Number 3, festival presence. There's no dedicated synthwave festival.
Done. Next.
Stronger social media and TikTok campaigns. This is why I think you and I need to do a fake feud.
What our real one wasn't good enough? I guess we didn't capitalize on it.
We're classy bros, dude.
Yeah, that's true. No drama.
Another thing is expanding the live performance circuit. Exploring virtual concerts in the style of Marshmello or Travis Scott in Fortnite. Or
Oh my
something.
god, just give me an idea where I just take a pill and then become famous. Holy fuck.
Curated playlists and streaming platform promotion. Create a unified synthwave brand or movement. Can you do that? Can you make a movement?
Bowel movement.
Mainstream radio play. Can you do that with yourself? That's what Synth Zone is. That's what Razor does. He's on the radio in LA, man.
That's true. I've seen him post videos where he plays video games.
Yeah, he like works the radio station. He's awesome.
He knows like a pretty girl.
Continued support from influencers and gatekeepers is the last idea.
Am I a gatekeeper?
Listen. Synthwave figures like Andy Last, New Retrowave, and other influencers in the scene have done a lot to keep the genre alive and growing.
See, and that's the thing. So New Retrowave gets to hide behind a fucking alias, so they put my name out there, like people like me and fucking Mr. X. You know what I'm saying? Do you know what point I'm making? Because I don't.
No, I don't. I think you should take this as a compliment. You're the first name. Synthwave figures like Andy Lasts and then New Retrowave are doing a lot to keep the genre alive.
Well, because his name is a secret. Only known to everybody else.
Well, we know. We actually. You want me to say his name? I can say his name. Do you want his address?
Yes. Let's go rob him.
He lives at 1984 Freddy Krueger Lane.
Oh, you fucking liar. Listen, play me a song.
Encouraging guest appearances by synthwave artists on mainstream podcasts or YouTube shows can help cross-promote synthwave to a wider audience.
It sure can. Play me a song.
And continued efforts through podcasts, blogs, YouTube channels, and social media engagement will keep diehard fans engaged with introducing new listeners. Listen,
YouTube.
we are going to talk about that. I'm going to make it happen. But first, I can't see or I can't smell or taste or lick, but I can see because
What the fuck is this?
Eyes Without a Face. I'm Eyes Without a Face, which is the name of the song by Carpenter BRUT and Kristoffer Rygg. Eyes Without a Face. It's a cover. Eyes without a face, Andy without a trace.
Who's the singer?
Kristoffer Rygg. It's Rygg.
Would you say Rygg for that or Rygg?
I just don't want to say Rygg. Damn it, you got me to say it. This is from the American Psycho comic book series soundtrack.
All right, and that was Carpenter BRUT with a cover of Eyes Without a Face featuring Kristoffer Rygg. I don't think about the original song that often, but it's not bad.
Really?
Yeah.
Who is the original? Eyes Without a Trace.
Billy Idol.
Billy Idol. What are we talking about?
Eyes Without a Face.
Oh yeah, because it goes.
You know how I used to always complain about Black Velvet?
I don't.
Well, they changed it up. Basically, because the radio over here would just always play that fucking song. But in all honesty, they haven't been playing it as often. And the song that I do hear all the time now is fucking, hey, Mickey, you're so fine. And that song annoys me as well.
They're Canadian?
No, it's just an annoying, it's one of those things where, there's just these songs, I've mentioned this before, like the idea that there's songs that just are played so often and are so part of culture that you never really think about whether or not you like or don't like them. They're just things that exist, that are just everywhere. And like Mickey is one of those songs, just like, that's a fun song that everybody likes. But then I really started thinking about it and I'm like, I don't like this song. It annoys me. And you know what else annoys me? Fucking Band on the Run by fucking Paul McCartney or whatever.
I love that song.
That's the fucking.
Yeah, I don't like that part.
That part sucks, man. And I never thought about it until I heard it every day on the radio. I really started to think about it as it was playing. I'm like, wait a second, this is fucking horrible. Like, it's fucking horrible, man. I hate it. It's such an annoying sound.
My favorite Wings song is Love Take Me Down to the Streets.
I don't really know that many Wings songs. I like the other one that they play all the time, but just not fucking Band on the Run.
So what do you think? Do you want to do Synthwave MTV with me? I'll pay you $5.
I tell you what.
Yes.
You do all the work.
Yes.
I'll do all the profit.
You'll do the profit?
Yes. I think it's a great idea.
I saw Alien Romulus.
How was it? Or how about this? Tell me all about it after you play me a song.
This is called Blood for the Blood God, featuring Health. And the artist is Gunship.
Never heard of them.
Can you tell me what Koopa's ship's name is in Super Mario Bros. 3? The wooden floating ship? I'm doing the cannons.
Aren't they just called Bowser's Warships?
I was watching the cartoon show today, The Adventures of Super Mario Bros. 3, and they all referred to him as Doom Ships. My Doom Ship.
No, they don't call them Doom Ships in the game. I feel like they're warships or sky ships or something like that.
Bro, it's on the wiki for the fandom. You know what I'm saying? Doom Ship.
All right, listen. How about this? We'll go on the fucking Mario wiki after we listen to Gunship with Blood for the Blood God, featuring Health. And that was Gunship with Blood for the Blood God featuring Health. Of course, Gunship, a popular act. And we're just talking about Super Mario Doom ships and the music, the fucking
They should cover that song.
yeah, they probably should. This is what they should have done with the fucking movie.
What, having like updates of this, all the songs that we know?
Yes. Instead of what they actually did, which is, play outdated hits.
Sonic the Hedgehog was a great movie, but I was slightly disappointed that the audio cues from the video game, the song cues, were not featured so much, but were like tiny little like 1 second cues that are in the score soundtrack. And I want to, like when he's doing an action scene, I want to see like the special level music just like blaring. I want to hear something like that.
And they should have done that in Mario as well. And that's what bugs me, because whenever they do those stupid nods where they go like, well, the fans will love this Easter egg, his cell phone ring is like the cool music from the game. I'm like, no, the movie music should be the music from the game.
Yeah.
That's not a cool Easter egg. That's just annoying because you're acknowledging this better thing and then not doing the thing you should be doing. Are you excited for part 3?
Super Mario movie?
No, Sonic. Oh, how was Alien? I haven't seen it.
Well, I was gonna say, the TV shows Super Mario Brothers Super Show, Super Mario Brothers 3.
King Koopa. I can't do his voice. Fuck, I thought I could.
Oh, Lou Albano.
I was trying to do King Koopa's voice, and then I immediately realized I can't.
Well, practice with the TV. That's how impressionists get better. Listen, the soundtrack to the show is that.
Yes.
When they're doing scenes, it's all scored by little hip-hoppy remixes of the stuff from Super Mario Brothers 3, and it's fucking perfect. It's exactly what you want out of it.
Yeah, it's a funny cartoon, because I think it's bad, but like...
Oh, it's not great. There are songs in the Super Mario World TV show. They're not great, but they're fun and like really, really, you can't look away, like a train wreck.
I like that it's so close to the game. I mean, like, that's what is fun about the cartoon. Like, they find these dumb excuses to, like... I think I saw one where he was, like, in a boxing match and he had to get the superstar. And, like, they're, like, passing the superstar back to get invincibility.
Yeah, and all the sound effects from the game are in the show, like,
yes.
all over the place.
Yes, which I do appreciate. And it's funny because I feel like the voices, like, the entire voice cast of that show... They are also voices on other shows that I like will recognize, like, oh yeah, Toad. He does that exact same voice in...
Yeah.
I feel like Toad might be in the Beetlejuice cartoon or something. Like, the second you hear his voice, you're like, I know that fucking voice. And the King Koopa guy as well. But I couldn't place... I know him from something. It's just like the voice actress who played Lydia was also Jubilee in X-Men, and she's in some other stuff.
Yeah.
I think she's in My Pet Monster, and her voice was always like the same. When she played like the best friend in My Pet Monster and Lydia and Jubilee, she just kind of does the same voice. How was Alien?
It was a mishmash of Alien, Aliens, and Alien 4. And I enjoyed it. I enjoyed seeing it in the movie because I appreciate top-level editing and audio work and just cool visuals. It's cool to watch in the theater.
Did you turn to your wife and whisper, "That's Ian Holm from Alien"?
No, actually, the row that I was in was all solo dudes.
Oh.
Probably who each of us were like separated by a seat each. And we probably were all told by our wives to get out of the house and go watch a movie. It was 11:30 a.m. show.
Okay.
Alien was cool because there were actually 2 girls in the audience who were having a blast.
Nice.
No, don't go in there. Oh my god. Oh my god, that was him. Like at 11:30 a.m. on like a Tuesday or Wednesday.
Did you walk up to them afterwards and go, hey baby, you like aliens, you love...
What's gonna burst out of my chest?
I had no way to end that joke. So it's not a joke, I sense. It's just a weird thing to say to strangers. ChatGPT will help. So I'm coming up with a pickup line to some girls at the cinema. We were just watching the new Aliens movie. I want the sentence to start with, if you like aliens, you'll love ... Here's a playful pickup line you can use with an aliens theme. If you like aliens, you'll love exploring new worlds with me because I've been looking for someone out of this world. Boo!
That won't work on me.
Hold on. Give me 10 more.
Oh no.
Guess how many are out of this world puns? If you like aliens, you'll love our connection. It's bound to be out of this world. Okay, that's one. If you like aliens, you'll love the way I can abduct your heart. Okay, these suck. So what should I say? Can you make them more sexual?
Don't. Jeez, wow.
Here are some pickup lines with a more flirtatious tone. Whoa! If you like aliens, you'll love my close encounters because I know just how to invade your space.
If you like aliens, insert Steven Spielberg reference here.
Yeah. If you like aliens, suck my dick. Okay, play me another song.
Just 5% more sexual, please.
If you like aliens, you love my pee-pee.
Let's talk about a new song by Allison. Alison.
I love, by the way, I just want to point out that nothing brings me more joy than leading into somebody's song with something horrible. So, like, you know, Allison listens to the show like, oh, thanks for playing my song. And like minutes before, I'm doing a robot voice saying, if you like aliens, you'll like my pee-pee. You'll like my pee-pee. My
the song
pee-pee.
is New Passenger.
Pee-pee.
By You're not even using ChatGPT right now. This is you just like pressing play on your own
Listen,
brain.
man, I'm really anti-AI, okay? So whenever I say I'm using ChatGPT, it's just me fucking improving.
And hitting computers with a baseball
Yeah,
bat.
yeah.
This is New Passenger by Allison.
All right, and that was New Passenger by Allison. That's a cool song. Allison's cool. And I would just like to say that this is the Radio Fiasco, and I'm chatting with Mike. We're talking about the new Alien movie because he watched it. I didn't. The last film I saw was Deadpool and Wolverine, and...
What'd you think about that? Did you already talk about it on the show?
I mean, I did. I liked it. It was fun.
Yeah.
Did you like it?
I didn't see it.
Oh.
But I read all about it.
I mean, it's good. It's fun. It's nice to see a movie that's fun. Made me happy.
Do you think it was worth all the money and hype?
Well, the hype is interesting, right? Because it worked on me. Like, I will say this. Any movie I see in the movie theater is always $1 billion film. Not because, you know, I'm on the end of the hype train where like, well, everyone's seeing it, so I guess I better see it. Anytime I'm actually interested in watching a movie in the theater, it's $1 billion movie.
Did you see Days of Future Past in theater?
No.
Well, that's why I didn't do so well.
I know. I mean, okay, look. Jokes aside, it doesn't mean that there aren't other $1 billion movies. It just means that whenever I see one, I feel like now I'm in the weird demographic that if a movie speaks to me to the point where I want to go see it in the cinema, it's going to make a lot of money. That being said, Beetlejuice will not be $1 billion film. And oh yeah, I saw Beetlejuice. I know I just said fucking okay. The last movie I saw was fucking Deadpool, but I just saw Beetlejuice like the other day.
What'd you think about the girl taking over the Lydia role? Did she take over the Lydia role? I never saw it. Did she like the new Lydia, Jenna Ortega?
I guess if that's what they're doing. To be honest with you, I would rather just see more adventures with Lydia and Beetlejuice just because I'm a fan of the cartoon. So I will say, like, the movie was good. I don't have anything super, like, original to say that hasn't been said in, like, all the reviews, because I read a bunch of reviews. I agree pretty much with the consensus of the film, which is that it's a good movie, like, it's fine. It's one of the better legacy sequels I've seen. I think people seem to agree they like that, and they like the practical effects and that sort of thing. I think Michael Keaton was awesome as Beetlejuice. Like, he hasn't forgotten how to play the character, so that was nice. You know, like when you watch all these, like, you know, when the Ghostbusters come back and they're old and it's like they don't want to be there or whatever, like,
yeah.
In this case, he enjoys playing that character and he can still do it, which was nice, but it's also really crowded with like weird subplots that don't really connect. So like there's like multiple storylines happening in this movie that are all sort of coincidence. Like, it's just a coincidence that they're all happening at the same time.
You mean like getting characters from room A to room C so that they can go on next adventure?
Yes. And so they probably could have cut some of these things out. Like, because the first movie, Alec Baldwin and Gina Davis die, and the rest of the movie is based off that event of they're dead, they live in the house, now this new family moves in, and everything that happens is sort of springs from that event. Whereas in this movie, there's just like, well, spoiler alert for anybody fucking who cares, there's just multiple storylines happening that aren't connected. So Beetlejuice's wife reassembles herself and she wants revenge on Beetlejuice. That's one thing that just happens to happen, while simultaneously in the real world, Lydia's dad dies. So then she has to go back to her old home and reunite with her mom and bring her daughter to the funeral, and Lydia's got this kind of shitty boyfriend. So that's like another plot that just is happening. And then Jenna Ortega rides her bike because she's mad at her mom and bumps into a boy that she meets, and then that's another plot, and all these things. But like, it's just this coincidence that she just happens to bump into this boy who also has some supernatural plot involved with him, and Beetlejuice is also trying to get to the real world and get to Lydia again, which has nothing to do with his ex-wife. And then Willem Dafoe is there. And he's like trying to capture the wife. And so there's all these simultaneous plots, and none of them are really connected with each other. Just the fact that Beetlejuice's wife is after him is just a coincidence that just seems to be taking place around all of these other events. And even though they do come together at the end, it's just a coincidence. Like, it's just like the fact that everybody ends up in the same room at the end of the movie has nothing to do with the plot of the film more than it's just a coincidence that that's where everybody happens to be at the end of the movie. And that's pretty much what everyone's been saying. So it's fine. I enjoyed it. I think I would watch it again. It's got a lot of funny little practical effects and some weird things.
I'm surprised you didn't mention that there's some kind of world at stake. You know, like, oh no, the netherworld is gonna be destroyed if we can't get Beetlejuice to, you know, like there's always some kind of fucking, in the original movies, it's always some, like, you know, the world exists and the little characters have their little plots. But in the newer sequels, it's always like, oh my God, everything's gonna just break and we're all gonna die.
Yeah, I think that's what was nice about this movie. It sort of bucks the trend of some of these legacy sequels in that it's not overly sentimental about the callbacks, but there is still a lot of callbacks. That's the one disappointing thing about the movie, is there is a lot of references to the first film, but not quite in the way that a lot of these newer movies do, where they sort of, what's the word, where like everything's like elevated, like, you know, when Han Solo shows up, it's a gigantic hero shot.
Yeah.
Right? Because it's Han Solo. You know, he's got to have like epic music plays and everyone knows who he is. Like, you're the famous bounty hunter, you know, like your exploits and blah, blah, you know, like everything's so mythologized. That's the word.
Yeah.
So what's nice about this one is, although it is full of callbacks to the first movie, it's not super sentimental about them. They just happen, right? So the sandworm is just there. And it's fine, but it's also a little annoying that it's like, really? Like the movie resolves itself in pretty much the identical way that the first movie ends. It's just like, really? Like you couldn't have found a different way to defeat the villain without having a sandworm come in from the ceiling? Like, it's like, you did this before. Like, it's been done. But at the same time, it was enjoyable.
What if we crossed over Dune sandworms with Beetlejuice sandworms?
I still haven't seen Dune 2.
It's pretty good. If they're gonna make a 3, it's an even better movie. But if it ends at Dune 2, then I don't know. Like Spider-Man, the new Spider-Man movie, right? Everyone was all pissed off because it like ended on a hard cut cliffhanger.
Yes.
And we're all excited that there's a part 3. But if that movie had ended there, we'd all be like, what the fuck is this shit? So like, I'm not sure if Dune 3 is like greenlit or not, but the idea that they just made a Dune 2 to like tell the middle half of the story, it's also silly.
I think sometimes it's that excitement that makes the movie, again, it's like why Spider-Man 2 is so awesome, because at that point Spider-Man 3 didn't exist. So you had the excitement of like, oh, is Harry Osborn going to be the new Goblin in the next film? And ooh, and then when you find out how they resolve it, it's like, I kind of wish now they just edited out all the references to Harry Osborn like becoming Goblin in the second one. Even though like the scene where he discovers his dad's lair and sees the ghost of Willem Dafoe is an awesome scene, it just sucks that the third movie didn't pay that off properly.
Yeah. I was watching part 2 recently, and I was enjoying all the interplay of bad guys between rich Harry trying to give precious tritium to Doc Ock. He says, here's your spider.
Yeah.
Where do you want him? Now, where's my tritium? There it is. Go get the container. It's all yours while I sip my whiskey and just look at the corpse of Peter Parker. Like, it was also like comic, like cartoony, but like it's in a movie.
Well, look, let's listen to a song and then we'll keep chatting, because that was a big, long review. I think we already mentioned awesome patron Killstar. There's a bit of confusion as to who Killstar was from Mike, so this will be a friendly reminder. Let's just listen to a Killstar track. I know this isn't one of your picks, but it's one of mine.
How dare you?
Hey, man, look. It's a wild ride, the Radio Fiasco. You know, you never know what you're going to get.
I just saw Beetlejuice 2. I'm gonna do a review. Can I? Right. Let me just 10 minutes.
Look at this is look at is what I just said. This is Killstar with the track Midnight. All right, that was Midnight by Killstar. And I'm here right now with the Mike Mendoza. We're doing the radio fiasco. We just talked about Beetlejuice. I should say this. My mother-in-law dropped a case of Haunted Apple Fanta to my house. It's green, it's Haunted Apple Beetlejuice drink. I'm going to crack open the can now and I'm going to drink it for the first time and you can hear me, okay?
Does it show how much sugars it has in it on the can?
I don't know.
Look at it.
Oh, I should have done that closer to the microphone.
I heard it.
Calories 160, sugars 42 grams.
God damn.
Here goes. Is that a lot?
So it's a lot.
What?
That was a strange noise.
Oh God! It tastes like.
Are you drinking it room temperature or cold?
No, it's cold.
Okay. It's cold.
It tastes like apple pie. Like,
oh, that's weird. It has like a caramelness to it.
Like a cinnamony. Hold on.
What? Oh, I mean, it is Halloween. They might. Let's see.
It's like drinking liquid version of like a butter tart or something. It's the weirdest. What fucking flavor is this? Ah!
It's haunted. It just got you.
I was not expecting it to taste like that. What an odd.
Does it taste like candle wax? I enjoy the noise that you're making. My wife hates when I make fun of that ice cream guy on YouTube or whatever. I'm gonna taste the Rocky Road one.
What an odd. It's just odd. It's like drinking a liquid form of a thing that's usually like a pie.
Pastry.
Yeah, it's just weird. That is weird. Anyway,
I wasn't expecting for you to say it'd be like caramel or like spiced, but I get it because it's Halloween. And it's fall.
there's a spice.
Although
aspect.
I feel like it's a bait and switch because they should have put that on the thing. They should have said haunted apple pie.
Yeah, someone will help me. Like apple pie is not quite the right descriptor of this flavor. It's like it's a cinnamony kind of. Anyway, the point is, God, that was weird.
Cinnamony.
I'm trying to.
I don't want to get it.
Yeah. So anyway, I enjoyed Beetlejuice. I think people should go see it. There's some fun little effects. I like there's a weird Beetlejuice baby that was like my favorite bit, which was fun, and everyone was good, and yeah. So I don't know. Like I don't know how much it's gonna end up making. Like I know I was talking before about the fucking every movie I see is like $1 billion film. Well, I don't think Beetlejuice is gonna be, but here's my prediction. I don't think Joker 2 is gonna do well.
Why? To me, it looks like a copy of the first movie.
I don't think it's gonna I think the first one was like an interesting sort of fluke of the fact that it made so much money and stuff, and it was riding some kind of weird momentum or whatever. I don't think the sequel is gonna reach what the first one did. I don't think it's gonna bomb, but it's not gonna do well. That's my prediction.
Would you compare it to like Black Panther 2?
Well, what were those numbers?
Probably similar to this situation.
Yeah, I bet you. Okay, here's my prediction.
Probably didn't do a billion.
This is based on nothing, by the way. This is like when I would read those stupid articles for video games where it's like, Michael Pachter predicts that the fucking...
Yeah, right. Right now we're doing a Screen Rant article.
Yeah, where it's like, because there'd always be this Michael Pachter guy who would always just be like, yeah, they're going to sell less PlayStations this year. And he was like always wrong. And it's like, why do you keep asking this guy questions? Like, just make up your own answer. Who gives a fuck? You never know how the trends are going to go. And then when the trends are really obvious, then they act like these people know what they're talking about. Like, I think PlayStation's still going to do good. Oh, why? Because they sold fucking 70 billion things and they're going to make a lot of money on games? Like, fuck you. What do we need you for?
Oh.
So I think Joker... What did the first one make? Did the first one make $1 billion or was it like 900 million?
Joker?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Joker made $1 billion.
Okay, so if Joker was $1 billion, this one is going to be like 420. Oh, nice.
Okay, so Black Panther did 1.34 billion. Part 2, 859 million. Didn't even break the billion.
The sequel will definitely not break the $1 billion. That's for fucking sure.
Joker, 1.07 billion.
Yeah.
So it only just cracked $1 billion.
Yeah, because you know what? Deadpool is fun and funny. The Joker sequel doesn't look fun.
No.
Like, it just doesn't look like a fun movie. And so there's going to be no repeat business. And It's not going to be as good as the first one. You know, you have the power of the franchise, but then there's also the power of the people who want to actually go back to the movies to watch it again. And then the power of people who tell their friends, like, you should really go see it. It was a really fun time. And I don't think Joker 2 is going to have that power. So I'm saying 420.
420.
Because it's going to be a big drop.
A bigger drop than 36%?
Yes. Like, it's not going to be like this Black Panther one you just said. Like, it's going to be 420.
As you're talking, and I realize I'm thinking about Todd Phillips, The Hangover. I think that was $1 billion movie, right? Am I crazy? Maybe not, but it made a bunch of money. It was like the highest grossing R comedy.
Yes, it was, right? I think Deadpool beat it now.
And everyone wanted to see it again and again, tell your friends. And
yes.
Then the second one, even the trailers, it just kind of felt like it was the first movie again.
Yeah, those sequels were all diminishing returns, right?
It's Todd Phillips, which is interesting because it's also Joker. But I feel like the Joker marketing looks like it's a rehash of the first movie.
The Joker.
Hopefully, maybe it's like better than that and there is more plot.
No, it's going to make less money and it's not going to be as good. That's my prediction.
Well, then...
Now, some of this prediction's stupid because by the time this episode airs, it'll be like, yeah, they already said that in the reviews, Andy. Do you want to play me another song?
This is Skybeam by Rogue VHS and Lucy in Disguise.
This is what?
Skybeam.
Are you saying Skybeam?
Skybeam, like in a movie?
All right.
All right. The next track by these two stars, wonderful synth making and wild breaking.
I like synth making and wild breaking.
This is Rogue VHS and Lucy in Disguise. Skybeam. Skybeam.
right. And that was Skybeam by Rogue VHS and Lucy in Disguise. 2 artists for the price of 1 with a cool song about skybeams.
What did you think of the Beverly Hills Cop movie?
I thought it was fine.
Yeah, I thought it was even funny too, yeah.
Yeah, there were some genuine laughs. I think they used the returning cast in a way that was satisfying.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, I love Judge Reinhold. He's on screen enough in this.
Yes.
Where you're like, you know,
what I thought too.
they did it, and the other guy being the chief is fun because he looks old and haggard now, and I'm like, yeah, like he did the 80s cop thing and he's elevated to the position of the fucking chief who's annoying or whatever. There was some fun jokes.
I like that they also made Paul Reiser's character the new chief inspector in Detroit.
Yeah, it was fun to see.
Like, just to keep them around, really.
Yeah, and like, you know, it was fine. Like,
Axel is basically Maverick. He never got promoted because he's an idiot.
yeah. No, I thought it was fine. Like, again, it does suffer from that modern movie thing where, you know, even with a budget, I mean, because they did have a budget, they were smashing lots of vehicles. Like, I felt like the whole movie, the joke was just see Axel Foley in a different silly vehicle like every 5 minutes. Like, that seemed to be the running gag. But, you know, it felt real. Like, it felt like real stunt work and stuff. So I'm like, okay, well, there's money being spent, but these fucking new cameras just make things feel cheap.
Yep.
Even when the movie clearly does have an actual budget. Although there was some digital blood, to be fair.
There's a lot of digital blood.
Yeah, but it was fine. Like I was entertained by it. Like, it wasn't bad.
If I'm trying to remember the first movie, I don't think there was much blood anyway. Like, they could have just did squibs that just exploded dust.
Yes.
I would have believed it. I think the fake blood makes me think about it even more.
Dude, that's what Kristoffer Nolan does in his movies, and they still feel like adult. Like, if you watch like any of his films, like the PG-13 ones, you still see like smoke hits whenever people get shot. So you still feel that impact. And like, if the movie takes it seriously, then it still feels like a proper fucking bullet hit or whatever. So it can be done. Yeah, because digital blood looks kind of silly. I'm trying to think what else I saw that I liked, though. The Batman cartoon was all right on Amazon.
I didn't get a chance to see it.
It's good. I don't know why I saved this for right now, because we got to wind down, because I could probably talk about it for a while. Like, I think they actually did, in the new Batman animated cartoon, they did capture the style of the old show. So it doesn't feel as digitally as some new cartoons I've seen feel.
What did you think about the X-Men one?
I only saw an episode.
Me too. Just one.
I feel bad here just because I didn't, like, I'm aware of the classic cartoon, but I didn't really watch the X-Men cartoon. Like, it was just a cartoon I was aware of, enough that I could tell you that Lydia is the same voice as Jubilee, but like not enough to tell you anything important about the show.
Yeah.
But in the case of Batman, obviously I love the animated series, and so I feel like the new one, it does feel like the same kind of animation. There are some digital things they do, which they even did towards the end of the first show, like, you know, like where the cars are actually like 3D, like cell shaded looking and stuff. So, but on that front, it looks good. And the voice cast is fine. The only problem I have with it is a problem I have with a lot of new TV shows where it is sort of a story arc kind of show, even though there are individual episodes that have an individual like villain of the week kind of thing. You're still kind of following a plot throughout the season, which I'm just kind of getting tired of that. Like, I really do like having standalone things. To put it in perspective, like, Two-Face gets made during the course of the show, and the incident just happens at the end of another story. You know what I mean? Like, it's not an episode devoted to Two-Face. It's just like there was already another villain in that episode, and it's like at the very end of the episode, like, oh, by the way, here's Two-Face getting made.
Oh, they did Lost. So, like, you could just fast forward to the last 5 minutes of any episode of Lost, and that's the thing that moves the plot forward?
Yes, sort of. Like, so in a way, you could say the theme of the new Batman show is sort of like Batman, because it's like sort of like he's young Batman, and so he's kind of learning who he can trust, and that's kind of the point of the season. It's just like, here's the episode where he learns to trust fucking Jim Gordon. Here's the episode where he learns to trust, you know, Barbara Gordon and Montoya and stuff. So in that respect, it's fine. The only other thing, though, and it's weird because it didn't bother me, but it also didn't do anything for me either, was it is also like an alternate universe kind of Batman where they re-envision all the villains. It's not a continuation of the animated series. Like, it's its own universe where, like, Harley Quinn is not the Harley Quinn of the other one, and like the Clayface in this one is just like the actor Clayface. He's not like, he doesn't have the superpowers, and Penguin is a woman, and it's like, it's not that it's bad, but it also doesn't like add anything to anything. You know what I mean? Like you just watch it and you're like, you know, in this version, the penguin is like Oswalda Cobblepot. And it's like, okay, it's a change for the sake of a change, but it doesn't like make anything better. It's just sort of like, okay, and in some cases, I think the classic cartoon did the villains better. So Two-Face especially, I love Two-Face from the classic cartoon and especially his origin episode. And this one, even though they have a whole season, it's weird. It's a weird show because in some ways it's more sophisticated. It's more adult. People die in it. Like there's gunfights where people are killed and stuff in this show. But on the other side, they don't really delve into the villains very much. So it's like Harley Quinn is just Harley Quinn, but there's no real reason why she is. She just is. And they kind of do that for all the villains. Like they're just sort of there. And it's weird because I just felt like this show being more adult could have really fleshed out their backstories and been more sophisticated about the villains' origins. But instead they didn't, which is odd. So on one hand, the show feels more sophisticated, and in some ways the classic series felt more sophisticated in the way that it dealt with the villain origins. Because like the Two-Face one, Clayface, the Mr. Freeze episode, Heart of Ice, those all feel almost more mature than this show, even though they're aimed at a younger audience.
Well, I haven't seen it, so that's cool.
But it's good. Like it's still good. I liked it, and I wanted to keep watching. I feel weird because they also did some supernatural shit that I felt kind of unsure about.
Like Talia al Ghul?
No, it was a ghost. Like he fights a ghost. I'm like, okay, it's going to turn out to be a guy with a fucking hologram suit, right? And it's like, no, it was a ghost. It was like, so I just felt like odd. I know Raj al Ghul is kind of supernatural, but like, I don't recall seeing Batman fight a ghost.
You know how Scooby-Doo has like celebrity episodes?
Like the Globetrotters?
The series is like a celebrity per episode. Batman should do one with like 80s cartoon celebrities. So like the real Ghostbusters would show up.
I mean, Batman teamed up with Ninja Turtles and something, didn't he?
Yeah.
Isn't there like a new Batman and Ninja Turtles movie?
But there should be Batman and like Care Bears.
How would that even work?
I don't know. I guess I'm making the Lego movie. I like merging all the crazy shit. It's good moments in life and moments in TV and movies.
Well, I'll tell you what. My favorite moments are listening to cool music with you because we got to wrap up this fucking show.
Yeah, we do. Let's wrap it up. This track is called Moments by Kazpro and Lukash.
And that was Moments by Caspro and Lukash.
I like how you emphasize the Cas.
Yeah.
Caspro. Like if you're going to say Casper.
Give me the cash. And that was a cool song. Of course, this is the radio Fiasco. So you enjoyed Alien, that's the point. Did you enjoy Ian Holmes' CGI mouth?
I didn't like any of that.
That seems to be the main complaint.
At one point, he was like the computer screen. Like his face was just the monitor.
Okay.
I felt like his character should have been that the whole time.
Right.
To see the CGI puppet, it just didn't work.
Yeah, that seems to be the consensus.
Yeah.
It's really weird that people keep trying to do that because like everyone always hates it. Like
It works when like it's on the monitor because it's run through like 80s VHS filter stuff. So like the face doesn't need to look all pristine.
The only example I can think of was Rachel in Blade Runner 2049 is like the one time where people were fine with it.
Michael Douglas and Ant-Man.
Oh, that's true. I like that.
Yeah.
But then it's that weird blend one of like de-aging because it was a successful effect. I think I just liked it because I was like, hey, that's pretty good looking. But it's still him acting.
Yeah.
Whenever they do the whatchamacallit, like when it's like a dead person.
Like a stand-in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like Carrie Fisher in Rogue One.
Yes, because no one liked that. No one liked fucking Tarkin. The Linda Hamilton and John Connor in fucking Dark Fate Terminator is really impressive, but the scene sucks.
Yeah.
But like the CGI is great. Like that scene, if I didn't hate what it represented, like it's very impressive. But
The Transformers have realistic looking faces.
what? Are you excited? We're gonna let you go. We're gonna end the show. Is there something you're excited about?
Yes.
Tell me.
Tron 3 is going to be a thing, but I hate that it's Jared Leto.
That's another project I just don't know what that is.
I don't know why. Yeah, I don't know why he. Hopefully, he does like the Steven Seagal thing where he just dies in the first 4 minutes,
That would be fun.
and then it's like somebody else.
I did read about Nine Inch Nails. That's cool.
Yeah, that's great. That's perfect.
Hopefully, they take a cue from like what Daft Punk did or whatever. Like, I hope it's not like a noisy Nine Inch Nails score. Like, I hope it's a cool synthy one.
Yeah, I feel like it's going to be a more like bit crushed version of a Daft Punk feel.
Because Trent Reznor obviously loves fucking, you know, like synth music and stuff. So I think maybe it'd be like a fun excuse.
Back in the days, he used to release like 4 gigabyte packages of just crap they came up with in the studio of him messing with synthesizers.
Gigabytes.
It was great. It was fucking awesome.
So that's cool. That gives me some hope. I hope the son and like the characters from Legacy are in it.
Yeah, apparently that's like not even going to be a thing. We're just going to have kind of same universe, but like new story / characters.
But I heard that Jeff Bridges might be in it.
Well, if that's the case, that's bio-digital jazz, man.
Yeah, but that also like is like, oh fuck you, because he had a good send off.
Imagine they just the studio and animators wanted to just like try CGI Clue again. Like, we're gonna get it this time, and it looks a little better.
But the thing with that fucking movie, like Tron Legacy, is Clue is fine being CGI. Just the problem was those 2 scenes at the beginning where it was supposed to be
He's
the
talking
real
to the kid in the bed. Yeah.
Yeah, like that was the only time where it's just like, why'd you even do that? Because like the other guy looking like CGI is fine, like that makes sense plot wise. But so that's another example.
I don't know. Another good example of de-aging is X-Men. Is it The Last Stand? They de-age Charles, and he looks decent. Like they go back in the past. Him and Eric go to talk to.
No, wait,
Jean
isn't that
Grey's
the one that looks
parents.
horrible?
Is it?
Yeah, that's the one where they just have like the really funny, smooth faces.
Right. I was gonna say because they filmed it and then they basically blended on the CGI.
Yeah. Well, it looks like they just fucking did a blur tool. Like,
I feel like animators could have gone that way more, as opposed to just making just a full-on shitty fake CGI head for Jeff Bridges. They could have did the dissolve version of it.
yes.
But Jared Leto's in it, so
What the fuck is that even gonna be? Like, who's he going to be?
you think 30 Seconds Mars is going to be in the movie?
Jared Leto's a funny guy. I can't get a read on him. Is he like one of those weird, like serious, pretentious people?
Yeah, he's the most pretentious asshole guy.
Yeah,
But he's got a lot of media clout, and I don't get it. I think because he uses fashion and like seriousness.
maybe.
I'm a serious actor.
He needs to walk around like Conor McGregor did in fucking Roadhouse 2024. Remember Conor McGregor's walk?
I remember that.
Made me
That was
happy.
a good time. Check it out on our Patreon podcast.
That's right. Don't forget, we got 2 movie commentaries up there, Mike and I,
It's called Mike and Andy's Retro Power Hour.
Well, you know what? We just talked for too long. Play me one more song and then we'll say goodbye.
Last track from me, we've got Kid Burn and the Lightning Kids with I Don't Wanna Go.
And that was Kid Burn and the Lightning Kids with I Don't Wanna Go. But we gotta, because the fucking radio fiasco is over for this week. I've been here with Mike. Go check out the Retro Power Chart on Spotify.
Thank you, Andy. You've been chatting with Mike PPT.
You in on the PP jokes now? That's what it sounded like you just said.
PPT.
Yeah.
I say it in the same like little.
If you like the movie Aliens, you will like to see the PP.
There was some kind of giggling there at the end that I loved more than the joke that you were doing.
That's a fun voice to do, man.
Welcome to the
If you like the aliens, you'll love probing deeper because
if you like aliens.
This is my new favorite thing. If you like synthwave, you will like to see the titties.
2 or 3 episodes ago, I accidentally let out a at the end of a sentence. I'm listening to old episodes of Comedy Bang Bang, and like 10 years ago, someone did that, and they also found it funny in the exact same way. So apparently, I subconsciously stole it. It is funny though.
It is
Talk
fun.
like that. Blah, blah.
No, I dig it. Okay, look. I apologize to the listeners. I don't care. See, this is why when you asked me what's the number one synthwave podcast, and I just think about what we just did, and I'm like, well, it can't be number one because like no synthwave. If you're like someone who's like, I love synthwave, and they tune into this show and they'll be like, what is this?
You know how I know this is a bad episode?
Like just, how I know this is a bad episode. What a sentiment to end on.
I really don't know what the show is supposed to be, folks.
Number one synthwave podcast.
Yeah.
Poor guys. All the other people like actually like putting work into coming up with playlists and like talking, like, oh, this artist, he's from fucking New Jersey, man. He's been making synthwave for 8 years, and you come to this show and we just sort of like, I don't know anything about the musicians to the point where they can be a fucking AI artist and I don't even know.
But I'm sorry.
I'll catch you on the flip side, buddy.
But okay, BMD. But I love you. Smoke my balls.
We did.
Balls.
Scribble to them. All right.
Merry Christmas, bro.
Gambit and stuff.
Beyond Synth Radio is produced by Andy Last. Check the show notes for more information on the musicians featured on the show. Beyond Synth is made possible by listeners like you. Consider supporting Beyond Synth at patreon.com/BeyondSynth. Thanks for listening.